Hey, what's up, people? The devil is a liar. Today he's trying to give us a headache. Me and the man of God here. He's very afraid now. So he's playing tricks. He's playing tricks, this devil. He's playing tricks, man of God, this devil. The devil is playing tricks. Let me wait for you to join in. Let's see if it loads this time. Let's see if it loads this time. Let's see if it loads. Let's see if it loads. There you go. Then add. Let's see. Patience is the name of the game. Let's see. It's saying adding here, man of God. Come in there. Accept from your side there. Maybe it's the network. Eddie. It's Eddie. Gosh. I think we have a network problem here, man of God. But let's be patient. Let's be patient. There you go. Let me add that. I want to eat. It might be something to do with it. Okay, you know what, man? I know you're watching there. Let's take this to Instagram Live. Let's do Instagram Live because it looks like this one is taking a long time. Let's sort it out and take it to Instagram Live, man of God. Try one more time there. Instagram Live, I think is the best option because this thing now wants to steal our time. I think the connection that side is not strong. Let's see. Just accept, German of God. Accept.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Switch your camera straight there. Put it in a nice angle now.
Yeah.
The devil is in trouble now.
The devil is a liar.
Big time, man of God. Hey, I knew you were gonna come through for me on this one.
No, God came through. Yeah. I was not seeing the join in there, man.
Okay. No, it happens, man. We're both technophobes, you and I here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these things are still new to us.
I hope you have yours there.
Yeah, I have my notes here this side. I don't have
not
the Bible this side. Yeah?
Not your Bible.
I have my notes here, man of God. I have my notes. Listen, man. Let's start, basically. Let's not waste time because already we are late. Time has went by. But I'm grateful for you to joining me here, man. I hope you are ready to share, of course, as the Spirit leads, because what I realized is as I was busy planning, yeah, I was like, I'm just wasting my time. Yeah. God might just decide to take this conversation the way that he wants. So let's get straight into it, man. Look, man, I just want you to, whoever that is gonna see this later or is seeing this, I just want you to give them like your background in terms of your office in the things of the spirit. Just your simple background.
Simple background
Because
in relation.
I want to do you justice. If I try to introduce here, I'll be lying to the people here.
No, why don't we leave the office aside? I come as a man of God.
Okay, it's also fine, man. Whatever
Yeah.
that suits you. Look, man, as we spoke offline, like in terms of what we were planning to talk about in this thing. Basically, my questions were around the genesis, the beginning of everything from the beginning. Because what I realized is this: like we don't really understand really like the parable that God was trying to portray from the beginning, from Genesis, from your Adam and your Eve. So basically, I want you just to speak English to me. By speaking English, I'm talking about simplify it for me. Just simplify it for me and whoever is going to be watching or joining.
I simplified the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, from the scriptures, I will say we have two kinds of beginnings. Now, the first one being John chapter 1, verse 1. When we go to John chapter 1, verse 1, the Bible tells us that in the beginning. So that is the beginning. In John chapter 1, verse 1. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So they say it was in the beginning with God. So that is a beginning on its own. But there's also another beginning, and now we find it in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Now, the Bible says that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That is verse 1. But verse 2 tells us something significant, of which I believe it's very important in our genesis of everything. We are to understand the genesis, the beginning of everything. It's important that we take hold of verse 2. And the verse 2 tells us that the earth was without form and void. In another words, it was empty. Darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving upon the face of the water. So verse 3 tells us something significant again, of which I believe we'll touch as well. And God there, he declared in verse 3, let there be light. So we're having two kinds of beginnings. So the first beginning we find in Genesis is the beginning of creation. The beginning we find in the book of John chapter 1 verse 1 is the beginning which we find in God. And these two beginnings are different. The one in John is the beginning in God. Because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So this beginning, it was in God. So basically, if we are to talk about beginning, these two kinds of beginnings, the first one, which we find in John, it's in fact the first beginning. So in another words, it's everything began in God. And how did it begin in God? It began in a form of a thought. When God thought creation, when God thought including you and I, that was the beginning. He was beginning with you and I. And when God did this, he did not do it in this beginning we find in Genesis. This is another beginning. So the beginning we find in Genesis, in fact, it introduces the concept of time. While the beginning that was taking place in God, it was taking place in eternity. And this is one of the reasons why we find the scripture saying that we were chosen in him before the foundation of the world. So before God began to create anything, we were already chosen, meaning we already existed. So this tells us that we are not just human beings who are just existing here on earth because we were born from our parents. But it means we were born and we were in God, and if we were to be chosen in Him, we must have lived in Him.
So which brings me to my question, which you just answered now. Because basically, why this is what I've been experiencing with people recently. People have went through a lot, man, like especially during this COVID time. So a lot of people are questioning themselves now. Why did God design them? Why are they here? Why
are they?
Yeah. What is it that they are bringing here?
That is a very important question. Hence, when I was giving these two kinds of beginnings, they were laying foundation for whatever we're going to talk about. Everything we're going to talk about, it's within these in this foundation. Now, when we began in God in a form of a thought, because when we think of the word, it's the expression of a thought. So, us being in the thought of God, we were in Him in eternity. But God knew that He's going to be dealing with broken creatures. These are the people who are going to try things, who are going to fail, who are going to mess up. And if you are to mess up in eternity, your mess become eternal. So you had to come in time. God had to introduce the concept of time. And in the concept of time, you can say that was yesterday. I messed up that yesterday.
It's measurable.
So God brought us here in time, so that in time we can have an opportunity to fix the error. We can make mistake and fix it. Without time, you are in eternity, and in eternity it means whatever mistake you are with, you live with it forever. So time we were brought in time for our protection. Now your question is, why are we here? To simply answer the question is that we are here to serve. We are here to serve. Anyone who's here on earth is here to serve. Service, I'll speak of it because I know that we'll end up going to purpose.
Yeah, that's where we are going actually.
Yeah, we'll go to purpose. As much as we're going to deal with purpose and we go to that, all of this goes back to service. Our service to God and our service to mankind. The thing is this, you cannot say you are serving God and you are not serving mankind. You cannot separate the two. And you cannot say that I don't want to serve people, I just want to serve God. Because God is in His people. But in our service to people, I will say that this as well, we have to divide it into two.
Yeah.
Number one, we have to serve, and our service, this is a primary one. And there's a secondary one. Our service is to people we live with. What does that mean? If you being a father, you are serving your child as a father. If you being a wife or a husband, let me say a husband, you are serving your wife as a husband. That is service. And a child is born here, you are to serve your parents. That is service. Basically, all of us have to serve, and that is a primary service. The secondary one is the one that extends to people outside family.
So are you telling me that man of God.
Let me disturb you. Let me disturb you, Askis. Sorry.
No,
the reason why I am bringing this is simply because what we have had in the world is everyone is looking for a purpose. Everyone everyone is going out there looking for purpose, and we always associate the purpose with the vision, the dreams and the goals and whatsoever. But at the end of the day, those things, they are secondary. Because you are going to do all those. If you are going to build business, your business is going to serve people out there. But what we do make a mistake of is that we neglect the people we are here with. Our primary service for secondary service. If you cannot serve as a husband, a wife, or a child, whatever we can mention, therefore, why run for secondary?
So it means there's a disconnect.
Eh?
It means there's a disconnect, most there.
There's a disconnect. What we have done, we have forsaken our responsibility to the people who are here, for people who are out there.
But you impress in the streets, they say you impress the streets first, and then you you neglect your own home.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of brothers, sisters, even pastors, whoever, they are running after the church. We want to serve God. And we're talking about ushering and singing and preaching, whatever it is that you are doing. But at home, you are not available. When we talk of church, for example, we're talking of the community. It's the community of believers. You can't serve your own family, but you are running to serve the people out there, the community. So that is basically the error which we are finding in Christianity. And I think this has to be, it must be emphasized and made clear. That if you are going to look for a purpose, your purpose is to serve.
Is to serve.
Whom are you serving? Serve your neighbor. The Bible tells you to, it summarizes the commandments in like this. Love God. Then love your neighbor as yourself. Who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is the closest person to you. It did not say love the church as you love yourself. Love your neighbor. Who is your neighbor? The closest to you. What does that mean? In our service, we must prioritize people we are with. Then we go to secondary. We must excel in the primary responsibilities before we go to secondary responsibilities, which is visions and dreams and businesses and careers and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Then of course you gave me a mouthful. It sort of covered half the questions that I had. But what I wanted to find out when I'm of God is now that we had this pandemic, for example, this pandemic has attacked the family at large, starting with males as the providers to their families. So what would you then say to those males that are going through the most right now? They cannot afford to provide for their families. Also females, maybe those who are also taking care of their families. What can you say to them to sort of encourage them and reconnect them back to their purpose, which is their primary factor of why they're here?
Yeah. So, of course, what has happened to us globally, it's a very sad situation. A lot of things have been affected, families, people passed on, jobs were lost and everything like that. And we are all crying, in fact. We are all victims. One way or another, we are victims of this pandemic. And what we can say is that we have had time to do what we were doing. But this should also give us an opportunity to sit back and reconsider, rethink, re-strategize. It means now we have to find another ways of doing things. Because if we are going to move forward, we have to look for new solutions which will accommodate our times. It may be that we lost jobs, yes, but we cannot only still go back to focusing on submitting CVs and everything. Not to say we shouldn't do that. But what I'm saying is that we have to look for creative ways of doing things. Creative ways of starting businesses and everything like that, which will, as a result, help us to recover from the loss which we have experienced and suffered. Yeah. But also I want to indicate something which goes back to Genesis. There is something when God came to create the earth or restore the earth in Genesis chapter 1. Because God was going to deal with creatures like you and I. He knew exactly how we are going to be like. So what he did, he came to an earth which was a mess. The earth God was visiting here, which he wanted to place you and I, it was a mess. And it was marked by darkness. And the first thing he spoke to that is light. So what we are finding an earth which is full of darkness. Darkness representing chaos, all the evil things we can possibly think of. And this is the earth which God, when he came to that earth to restore, so he can place you and I on it. And this links also to us, because the Bible tells us, one of the authors writes that I was born in sin. In sin I was conceived. You are a sinner. When you are born a mess. We are a mess. And what did God do? He came to an earth which was a mess, and he worked on it. And as he's working on it, he was looking back and saying, that was good. So you and I as well, we are at a state of a mess. What we have to do what our Father did. We have to start waking. And when we're waking, it's a transition, it's a process. You are transitioning from darkness to light. Right now we are in darkness. And we need to transition from the state of darkness into the state of light. And transitioning, it means we need to have that mind when we are doing something. We must look back, that was good. Because we are like our Father. Everything was a mess and our Father turned it into a glorious thing. We have the capacity, the potential to turn a mess into a good thing. Every one of us, before we accepted the Lord as our Lord and Savior, we were a mess. It's one of the things that the world is failing to accept, that you are a mess. If you can accept that you are a mess, there is hope for you.
So it goes to self-introspection first, before you can recover and jump in again. That's
because the reason why we are here on earth, in the beginning, in God, we were perfect. We come here on earth, we are a broken vessel. You are a mess. Our job here is to transition into that image that God had when he had us there in the beginning. Our job here on earth is to become. That's why if you are not becoming, it means you are failing. Because you cannot tell me yourself you are perfect, you are good. No one is good here.
No, you.
Jesus himself denied what was. Yes, Jesus, when he was asked, they came to him and said, I know thou art a good. He's like, wait a minute. Don't call me good. God in heaven is the one who's good. We have the responsibility to become the good we are meant to be. The good that God has in the beginning there.
Oh, wait, man of God. Wait. Repeat what you just said. Did you just say Jesus himself? He said he was not
Jesus
good.
said, when he was told that good master, he said, okay, don't call me good. Because here on earth, everything is a mess. It must become. That's why if you are not becoming, you are dying. The whole reason of creation is to become. That's why what we're having, it's a process. You are here, you must be processed into this. So you are becoming from this to this. But what we are having, we are here and we are stuck here. We are crying, saying we are a mess, instead of accepting, yes, we are a mess, but we must shift to here.
But then, man of God, like with what you said, why then do we prefer taking shortcuts? Understanding that there's a process, but we still prefer shortcuts. We don't want to go through the process. We want things quick.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we love shortcut, we don't like a process. A process is not nice. It's always painful. Process is painful. That's why a lot of people, they run away. That's why we have a lot of people who are not maturing, who are not growing. Why? They hate the process. The process is hard. The process you have to go through is the process of crushing. When you are shaping something, you first mess it up so it can become something good at the end. We don't want to be messed up. When you want to eat a chicken, a nice chicken, what do? You kill the chicken, you tear it apart, you put it in the hot water, it goes through a process before it can be the nice chicken that you are going to enjoy. So you as a person, you have to be processed, but we don't want process because process is painful.
I take it like this when I'm of God. If there's one thing that is guaranteed to happen to you, is the process.
From everything here on earth, everything on earth must go through a process.
That is guaranteed.
There is no shortcut. There is only a process, and you have to be faithful to the process.
So, man of God, what are the benefits really of getting stuck in the process and seeing it through? What are the benefits?
Yeah, the benefits are these. When we look in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1, it says, to everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So what we are having here, we have two things. We have a season to everything, and we have time to every purpose. Meaning, for every existence, there is a purpose. You cannot be here and there's no purpose about you. It's not possible. God never brings something here without, he planned it. When you are here on earth, it's because God wanted you here on earth. But here's the thing. What you are having, it's a purpose, and in that purpose, there's time attached to it. But in this time, there is a lot of things that must happen until the purpose is finished and you are no more. Your time is finished. And what you are going to go through within your time is different seasons.
That is your process.
One of the different seasons. So to everything there's a season. And he goes on to explain there's a time to plant, there's a time to reap. So what we have, there is time to be prepared and there is time to be launched into what you were prepared for. Jesus was prepared for 30 years to do the work for 3 years and a half. So it was a long process. The process was longer than the time of actually doing the thing. So,
and the impact outlasts time.
Exactly. Because Jesus was faithful to the process. So yourself, because you are not faithful to the process, you will never get launched. That is the disadvantage. And the advantage is that God, when the season of preparation, you are faithful and it's done, He's going to launch you. So being faithful to the process, you are in fact doing yourself a favor, because that season is going to end. And when you have fulfilled what God wanted you to fulfill, to know what God wanted you to know, to be equipped with the things He wanted you to be equipped, then He launches you. So we have a lot of people who are never launched.
But then, man of God, now that you mentioned this, which is very interesting, how do you then know that your season is upon you, you're about to get launched, or you're about to be launched? How do you know? What are the things to look for?
First of all, you need, of course, you have to have the discerning, the ability to discern your season. When your season is a preparation, if you know that you are in the season of preparation, when the season of launching comes, you will know. If you do not know that now my season, I'm still in a preparation season, even when that one comes, you won't know it. Because you are blind to the first. How can you know the second?
That is true. That is so true.
When God is not done with you, you will know that He's not done with me. When He is done with you, there will be signs. Everything in your life, there will just be that one thing that triggers this thing. Everything is triggered. And it happens effortlessly. God can trust you because He has been preparing you. So that's why He does not need to work on you anymore. He just trusts you with the thing.
Is that why when breakthrough at that particular stage, when it comes, it's breakthrough. It's permanent. It's not temporary.
It hits you sitting. It hits you sitting. You are sitting and it just hits. You receive a call from that side, call from that side, call from wherever. You are sitting because you were sitting in the process. That's why the Bible tells us that wait on the Lord. Wait. When the time comes, it will be done by Him.
Man of God, that is interesting, because when you talk about waiting, you just mess me up. I've found out this week that waiting is actually a verb. It's a doing word. It means something is happening during that time in waiting.
Exactly.
So often than not, we confuse it with non-action whatsoever.
Yes.
That is why most of us, we end up like gunning for shortcuts, because the waiting process, the waiting side of things, we don't want to see it through.
Yeah, because waiting, let's say, for example, I say I'm waiting for my time to come to start waking. You don't just wait. Probably I have to wait. My waiting now, I'm waiting for that. In my waiting for that, I am preparing for it. So waiting has exactly. Waiting has to do with you being prepared. You have to allow yourself to be prepared for that which you are waiting for. A lot of people, they are busy. Maybe you are waiting for a spouse or a partner, all those kind of things. How do you wait? You don't wait by just fooling around. You wait by preparing yourself for that which you are waiting for. When you are ready, God will bring it to you. Because you were waiting, and your waiting was you allowing God to process you. Yeah.
And it wasn't easy. The process is not always easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, that is powerful, man of God. That is powerful. Look, I just wanted us to give these people a teaser of what is coming, because we are running out of time very soon. So there's gonna be more of this encounters, not only like spiritual matters, like what I shared with you, with what I want to do with this. I want to bring awareness in all areas of people's lives, but they must keep on, keeping on. If there's such a thing. And yeah, man, and I'm very grateful, honestly speaking, with this, because honestly, you pushed for this to happen. Because I myself, I was experiencing two forces. Two forces, yes, and I want to implement, but every single time when I want to take a leap of faith or an action, there's opposition, and somehow that opposition would just, because I had bad experiences before of failure, of course, so I would just run out of strength in the midst of it, and continue dreaming. So now that this has happened, I'm telling you, there is more to come. There is more to come.
I have no doubt about that. There is more to come. We are
more to
waiting.
come.
We are eagerly waiting.
Yeah, trust me, like yo. We are launching now. And yeah, man, thank you to everyone that's gonna watch this. And I hope that one person that I dreamt of, that I was telling you about, that this thing is gonna have an impact on whether they like it or not. Somehow, some people would just ignore, like when they're going through these things. But there's that one person that is gonna listen and hear. And then once they hear, their lives is gonna change. And then there's more that is gonna come, of course, that we're gonna offer to the people, because I believe, like I believe it's our time, man, as a generation, because we've been in the backseat for far too long. And what also makes me more angry now is the fact that during this COVID time, what I was telling you offline the other day, that during this COVID season, what I noticed is, us, the children of God, we were not in those tables, we were not called in those tables that decision makers are in, to also influence in terms of our impact regarding these things. So now I was like, you know what? We cannot sit aside anymore.
Yeah, so this is time, and I believe, especially us young people, this is time that young people rise. If we don't rise, there will never be anything that is going to happen. Because as young people, we have the strength to take it from where we are now and run. And a change must come. A change must happen. And we must be the one to bring the change. We can't expect our fathers to bring the change. They have run in their time. They are tired. We have the strength. And we as young people, if there be anything that you have been dreaming, anything, this is time that we start running. And this is how change is going to come.
That's what I've learned. The how part is on God, honestly speaking, because what I've realized is, yes, when you are busy toiling, trying by all your strength to do things by yourself, you will not go anywhere.
And also I would also encourage the young people out there who are called in whatever areas they are calling. They must not wait for the pastors and so on. You are waiting on God, not on a man. If God tells you to do it, go and do it. How it's going to happen, it's on God. If you heard him telling you to do it, do it. We have allowed the traditions for so long to block us from progressing. You are no longer waiting on God anymore. You are waiting on a person. We must stop this thing of waiting on people to confirm us, approve us, and everything like that. No one is going to approve you. He knows nothing about you. He never made you. God made you. When God says go, go.
Just fly.
Yes. Yeah, you'll be called a radical, but change comes by such people. It's people who are radical who bring change.
And you need to be radical, because you get to a point where you are too tired of being too tired.
You can't listen to this many voices. We have a lot of voices. I mean, there are many voices. You need to single out the voice of God and run with that voice. There are a lot of false things that we are hearing. I mean, it's the age. The prophetic age comes with the whole package, and it's just a mess. So we need to really run and do our thing. Yeah, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for blessing me, man. Hey, I needed to hear these words, man. I really needed to hear these words, and we will continue for more. And of course, as time goes by, the quality of everything is going to increase, guys. And we're going to upgrade things as they go, because what I noticed is if you don't start, usually some dreams die, man. This thing of not establishing because you're afraid of what people will say. You will die inside. You'll be alive but dead.
Yeah, of course. And when it starts, of course, it's a mess, but it will get better. It will become.
Yeah, it will become.
Just
Yeah,
like
let's
the
just
seed, you put it on the ground, it become a mess before it starts growing into a tree. So everything has to start at that point. You can't start by having a tree. You start by planting a seed. It has to die, go through all these messy things, but at the end it becomes, and we enjoy it. Yeah,
I know.
so,
And of God, let me release you, and thanks for your time, man, and thank you for joining me. I'm really grateful to have met you in my life, man. I don't want to lie. What you stand for, which is speed. I'm starting to see it in certain areas of my life as well. Like, I don't want to lie. I'm telling my truth here. I'm not going to come here with lies. And I know for one that I'm going to fill your cup as well. That is guaranteed.
yeah. No, you're already filling it up. You're filling it up.
So, no, yeah, we continue for more of this. Next week, we're going to create some time again just to pop in and continue where we left off.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers, man of God. Have a nice day.
Same day.
Go sharp, sharp. Wow. That was so powerful, guys. This is the first installment. This one is not what's the word? There's an English word for it. It's not what do you call it? When something is out of the ordinary. It's not planned, it's not normal. These things, they just happen, and then the Lord takes over, and then he takes charge, you know. He's just moving as he speaks, man, these days. Because I've realized, you know, trying so hard to do things by yourself when there's a power that is beyond you is really pointless. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining, and I hope somehow you got impacted through this live, and God bless you and have a nice day.